Hi guys, Rainbow Heart Freemangle here. Welcome to video 2. 2 out of 3. Okay, 2 out of 3 out of the series was the title, 3 biggest mistakes people suffering with chronic autoimmune diseases do every day and how to flip it to your advantage. I help people suffering with autoimmune disease with feeling pain and exhaustion all the time so that they can feel their vitality and wellness. Okay. What is this topic in video 2? This video 2. Pump It. Not Black Eyed Peas, Pump It, the song. Pump It. Pump It. I have the song in my head, but if you know what it is, go ahead and dance. If you don't, just watch me and laugh at me. Okay. What the heck is Pump It? Oh. Lymph drainage. Huh? What is Pump It? What is lymph drainage? Okay, so the process by which the lymphatic system removes excessive fluid that accumulates in the interstitium during fluid exchange between plasma and interstitial fluid. What is the lymphatic system? Oh, I was going to show you a picture, but honestly, I didn't want to get all complicated and do the screen sharing like how Bear does, and I'm not going to get a picture. But just imagine the body. Look it up. Go look it up in a search engine. Imagine the body having all these like veins. Looks like thunder or lightning. Looks like lightning, like roots. Okay, there's certain places in the body, and that's called the lymphatic system. Looks like lightning. Looks like roots. Just imagine that. I am not going to do screen sharing for the sake of getting this done. That definition is from Science Direct, immunology and microbiology. So what are other names that might be more familiar with regards to this Pump It or lymph drainage? Lymph exercises, lymphatic exercises, lymph drainage, movement, circulation. What are some examples, stories with regards to lymph drainage? The lymphatic system or lymphoid system is an organ in vertebrae that is part of the immune system and complementary to the circulatory system, which is the blood. It consists of a large network of lymphatic vessels, lymph nodes, lymphoid organs, and lymphatic tissue and lymph. Why is this topic called Pump It? Because you are the pump. It won't move by itself. You have to move it manually. How? You're moving everything. You're moving the blood, the lymph, the toxins. You're moving your body. The lymphatic system is one of the garbage collectors, and the trash cans are the lymph nodes. If your lymph nodes are tender, full, or bulging, like for example, I'm touching around here, you might have like a cold or respiratory or head cold, and like if you're having mucus in your nose and your throat, you could feel it bulging here if it's accumulating so much and the body's having a harder time emptying out the toxins, the infection, the mucus. It might be tender to touch when you touch the lymph nodes. You have lymph nodes in different parts of your body. I wish I had the picture, but I don't, so I'll just point with my hands and use my own body. Like, for example, here, here, in your armpits, in your groin muscles, in your cisterna chyla. Okay, you move the toxins and excretions through filtration organs. What are these filtration organs? The kidneys and the liver and the skin. Other detox pathways are the poop, the pee, the discharge from anywhere, from the genitals, the mouth, the nose, the eyes, the breast, the skin, you name it. I do all these things to move my lymph. Things that I do attempt to do or regularly are specific lymphatic massage, hydration, sleep, enough sleep, dry brushing, exercise, deep, slow breathing sessions, or diaphragmatic breaths, and legs up the wall to support my lymphatic system in doing its job to clean my body. Okay, let's do a demonstration. You can actually take notes. And if you want a copy of your own, you can join our Patreon. I believe it's only $15 a month to become our patron, and you can find all these links there. Okay, so this specific, let me get the camera. This specific lymphatic massage you do. Oh, you can't even see me. Oh, gee, hold on. What do I do? Okay, maybe we can move it. Okay. Hello! You can see me now. What is that? Demonstration. We're going to do 7 of these specific lymphatic massage, and yes, it does matter the order that we do them. So we do them in this order, 1 through 7. Okay. How do I look? Can you see me? Yes. I am going to read, and then maybe you can't see me. Let me see. I don't walk like that, waddling like a duck. Quack, quack. Okay. Hopefully this will work. I can't see myself when I read, but that's okay. Okay, 1, termini. You know what? My collar might be covering it. So I'm going to take my 2 fingers, the index and the middle finger, and I'm going to press them here. Let me take this off so you can see. I'm going to press them here. Let me see if you can even see me. Right here. Let me take this off so you can see me better. Right. Okay. Right here. See how I'm doing it? You're going to do both at the same time. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's the termini. You start there for the first lymphatic massage, 1 out of 7. Next is tonsillar. And you do it with that rate. You know, I say 1, 2, 3. Not too fast, not too slow, just steady and gentle. Second, number 2 is tonsillar. So I can see. So you take your 2 fingers again, put them here, the lymph nodes here under your earlobe or ear on your neck, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do both at the same time. And honestly, I do this, you can do this anytime, but I like to do it when I'm driving because there's a lot of wait or downtime. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, And, you know, whatever, you do it maybe 30 times, 60 times. If you feel more like you have more toxins, go ahead and do them more. You know, just do them every day, whatever, just do it. That was 2 out of 7. Number 3, apical. Okay. Middle finger and ring finger. You're gonna crush your arms and put them here, like there's a tender spot, like right here, right here, like right here. I got him under my shirt, so right there. Do both at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good for the breast. Okay, that was the apical. That was number 3. Number 4. Okay, before the video got cut off, we just finished the apical, which was 3. Taking the 2 fingers, middle finger and ring finger here, good for the breast. Now we'll go on to 4. We're doing these specific lymphatic massages in order. Armpit, number 4. Okay, so I'm going up. That's a good pace. You can do 2 at a time, but it's really easier to do 1. Well, I guess it depends on your body, like how fat or skinny you are. 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's the armpit. Number 5, cisterna chyli. Right here, like right under your bra, or yeah, right in the middle, like right there. And the action, it looks like a J, a hook. You're going not just in, but up and in. You're hooking it. It's like this. The motion of my hand looks like scooping, like I'm drawing a J. So it's not just pushing in or going up, it's going in and up, in and up. 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to do it with 2. Cisterna chyli, number 5 out of 7. Okay. Number 6 is groin. You know, people always say they pull the groin muscle. Well, there are lymph nodes here too. So how you're going to do that? Oh, maybe maybe I'll stand on the chair. Okay. Oh, gee. I might be too tall. No, that's perfect. Okay. I can't see because I'm standing up here and the light is kind of blinding me. So if I don't know what you can see, I'm trying to see the computer. So you can do 2 hands on both legs at the same time, or 2 hands on one leg. What is this? The outer, kind of like where your ovaries are, your hips, your ovaries, going outer, then you're going deeper like a V, going down. So you're starting here, here, like a triangle. You're going up at an angle, going down, up, going down, and you're using your thumbs to press. So out here, groin muscles, the groin lymph nodes, lymphatics, lymph vessels. So from outer, go to inner, and I like to even do like that so I can get all the way in the middle. Okay. Oh, whoa. Let's see, where are we now? That was number 6 out of 7. Now 7, last, is the knee. Let's see. Behind the knee, so right here. So grab this. My pants are falling down. I don't want to moon you guys. It is the full moon, honestly. And with regards to parasites, that's when they detach. Why? Because they're hiding, like in the tissues and all that, but then when the full moon happens, they detach to fornicate to make more babies to reproduce. So you would just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, hope you can see that. It's just that action of pumping it like that with your hand. That's the knee. 7 out of 7. All right. So do those 7 lymphatic exercises in that order. Woo! What is the opposite of lymph drainage? Couch potato. Sitting down. No exercise. No circulation of anything in the body. Blood, lymph, toxins, oxygen. No movement of the body. Muscles, bones, lymph, blood. No circulation. No fresh air. No daylight. It sounds like decay, pretty much rotting, like lazy glutton or couch potato. Stagnant, broken bone healing in a cast. Another example. That's not exactly what it is, just to give you examples. A dam. It is dammed up, blocked, stuck, locked up, congested. Okay, so why is it important? What could happen if we don't take action to rectify couch potato? Okay, 10 signs of lymphatic congestion. 10 symptoms of lymphatic congestion. Fatigue, stiffness, muscle and joint pain, bloating, retaining fluid, which is edema or swelling. How many of you heard of cankles? Like, the calves and ankles, like it's very fat down there. Breast swelling during your cycle. Headaches, weight gain, cold hands and feet, which means poor circulation. Skin problems. Oh, that was 10. 11, cellulite. Okay. The intestines, if you don't have good circulation with your lymphatic system, it can't do its job of taking out the toxins. The intestines become inflamed and or irritated from chemical additives in food allergies, sensitivities, or a diet of too many processed foods. You can become more prone to infections and disease. The lymph fluid is slowing down. No good. No bueno. So how? How can we prevent this? How can we do lymph drainage to promote better health? And eventually, the detoxification process. Actually, this is part of the detox. Okay, so moving, exercise, any kind of exercise. Some people like to say rebounding, which is just basically like jumping on a trampoline or skipping rope, jump rope, dancing, walking, swimming, bicycling, hiking, yoga, eccentrics, Pilates, resistance or weight training. Lymph massage, which we just did with you saw me up and down on the chair. Hot cold therapy. What do I mean? Cold plunge. Like, have you seen people soaking and immersing themselves in a tub or a bath of ice? Hot cold. Using the sauna, that perspiration, it releases the toxins. Doing the sweat lodge, inipi, whatever, that's also detoxing. It's not just detoxing the physical, it's also detoxing the energetic, the emotional, the spiritual. It's purging, it's releasing. Now, with regards to the hot cold, doing that one after the other, I'll talk more about the cold plunge at the end. Okay. Legs up the wall. That helps. It'd be great to even combine that with the diaphragmatic breathing or the deep breathing, when you slow down. I like to do both at the same time. Putting legs up the wall, it helps the lymphatic go up the body easier than when you're just standing because, gravity pulls it down. When you put the legs up the wall, it assists in pushing it up your body. And when you're laying down like that, the breathing, it helps with the parasympathetic nervous system to slow down. We need to nourish and balance, not just have this aggressive, yang, intense energy going forward and being driven all the time. That's good, that's why we have cortisol in the morning to help us rise, to awaken and start our day. However, we also need the balance of the rest, rejuvenation, the relaxation, tending, the balance of having the yang and the yin to relax and be still, to breathe slowly, whether it's meditation for you or beading, like people get focused and really grounded and centered when they're beading or doing some type of artwork. I really enjoy doing breath sessions, which to me is like a different form of meditation, very therapeutic, healing, slowing down, basically stilling, quieting the mind, the brain, the body, the brain, the nervous system. Okay, dry brushing. So let me go in order. That way, if you're taking notes, go ahead and take notes. Number 1 was movement, exercise. Number 2 was lymph massage. Number 3 is hot cold therapy. Number 4, legs up the wall. Number 5 is dry brushing. I didn't mention it because I jumped into legs up the wall with number 6, deep breathing or diaphragmatic breathing. Slow, deep diaphragmatic breathing. Number 5 is dry brushing. Number 6 is diaphragm. Let me just say deep breathing, slow, deep breathing. So going back to number 5, dry brushing, you basically just take a brush, preferably not plastic because we want to detox microplastics. You can get natural bristles. There's different kinds, but you just basically take it and there's no specific way. You just, brush yourself. I honestly don't want to go get mine right now, but you would just, your whole body, your head, your face, your body, you just rub. Like dry brushing. You can take, someone told me you can take a loofah, you can take a dry brush, or even like, those brushes for taking a bath, not a loofah sponge, but, to exfoliate, but just like a little brush for the bath. You can use like the silicone ones. You just do it on your skin, and it doesn't have to be hard or abrasive. It's just like a little light touch. It promotes circulation. It helps the lymphatics to move, to release the toxins. Okay, so that was 5, dry brushing. All over, the whole skin, everywhere. 7 is hydration, water. Hydration, water, and electrolytes. What do I mean? Like, don't do Gatorade. It has a lot of toxins, food coloring, and just other additives. You can do Element Tea, order that online. You can take the Celtic salt, the Redmond salt, like Baja Gold, mineral salts. Don't use any table salt. That's poison. Don't use that. Just buy the different salts that I mentioned, like you could use pink Himalayan salt. Other people may say, oh, that has too much lead. Whatever. There's so many pros and cons for each thing, but don't use table salt. So when I say electrolytes, you can put these salts like Celtic salt, Redmond salt, pink Himalayan salt, Baja Gold. There might be more that I didn't mention. You can just take a pinch and put it into your water, put it into your tea, put it into your coffee or your juice. You could even put it with alkaline water, like lemon or lime, with cucumber and mint. God, I used to do that all the time. People would tease me at work. Oh, there she is with her cucumber and lemon water again. Yes, alkaline water. But yeah, hydration and electrolytes. You need those electrolytes. They're like potassium, calcium, magnesium. You need those. Or you can take the supplement yourself. Or get them in from natural food sources like, well, people say banana for potassium, but it really doesn't have that much. So I like to get it from other minerals such as the beef organs, grass-fed, raised well on the great land, for the minerals and electrolytes. So 7 is hydration and electrolytes. 8 is sleep. What does that mean? Okay, why is sleep important to the lymphatics and detoxification? Going to bed at a certain time, all the time consistently, is more important than the quality of sleep for one night. Consistently, same time. Going with the circadian rhythm. What's that? So I mentioned earlier in video 1 talking about when to eat, when not to eat, eating window, fasting window. Layman's terms, great simplified example is just eat when the sun goes up, stop eating when the sun goes down. Same for sleep. Just like back in the caveman days. Okay, and sleep and detoxification, the restorative connection. What does this mean? We're talking about the lymphatic system. Take out the trash, moving toxins through the lymph. Glymphatic system is cleaning out the brain. So G's in George, G and lymph, glymphatics. Why is this important? Do you want to have Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, brain diseases, brain fog, memory loss? And so when it comes to your mental health, not eating at least 3 hours before sleep is key for the rest of your life. We should be taught this in school. And eating 24/7 is not good. Why? Why does this prevent brain disease, mental illness? Why is this good for your mental health? What is this glymphatic system? So we sleep about a third of our lives. During sleep, our brains get to work on detoxification thanks to the glymphatic system. This waste clearance system is actually its most active during sleep, helping to remove toxins that accumulate in the brain during our waking hours. Poor sleep can hinder this natural detoxification process, leading to the buildup of toxins that can impact cognitive function and overall health. Brain fog, anyone? So don't underestimate the power of a good night's sleep. It's not just about feeling refreshed in the morning, it's about giving your body the downtime it needs to body and rejuvenate. So when I mention, again, on a deeper level, this is from Ancestral Supplements. And now I'm going to go deeper with what I learned from Ben Azadi. Remember how I said eat at least 3 hours before sleeping? Well, if you have more hours without eating before sleeping, like 5 hours, 7 hours, even better. The plaques in the brain need to be emptied out, need to be cleaned out. This prevents dementia. This prevents all these mind-brain illnesses. Mind-brain, what did I say? Alzheimer's, dementia, brain fog. It's wonderful to stop eating. You call it intermittent fasting or even IF or IDF, intermittent dry fasting, not even drinking at certain times. Imagine a clerk is working in the office and she keeps getting bothered each time. Each time she's working, doing her activity, it takes time when someone always rings the doorbell and she has to go answer the door and they just keep bothering her. That's how it is, like with your liver, with your whole system. Your body wants to rest and repair and restore itself. And it can't keep doing that if you keep opening up the pathways to eating. Eating, the digestive process, takes so much energy. So stop interrupting it and stick to closing down your eating window and starting your fasting window for good, at least 3 hours before sleep, so the glymphatic system can totally clean your brain. Because the people who have these mind diseases, such as Alzheimer's, dementia, brain fog, memory loss, all these other things that have to do with the nerves and the brain and the mind, it's because they have so much plaque and toxins in there, it never gets a chance to empty out. This is why sleep is important. This is why preparing for sleep is important, the quality of sleep. So I have implemented this in my life because I'm not just healing autoimmune diseases. I am preventing and shooting for wellness and vitality and youthfulness throughout all the years of life that I will be living. I want my quality of life, not just with my body, but with my mind and my brain, to be sharp, to be vital, to be joyful. And when people are blocked or in stress, they are in fear, they're not able to respond to life. They're not able to enjoy life. They're not able to be responsible for taking care of themselves, let alone other people, like your family members. That's awful. So let's take our power back. Let's take control of our lives. And sure, you may say, "Oh my gosh, you're so anal. You're so disciplined." Well, you know what? I don't want to just live a shitty life. I actually want to live and feel great. I want to live and be vital, youthful, powerful. I want to be well. I want to be happy. So that's why I focus and I do these things. I actually transform my lifestyle and adopt it and keep it that way. So yeah, that's the glymphatic system. That's the connection with sleep detoxification and the restorative connection with keeping your mind, your brain functioning, your cognitive functions really sharp, keen, and well. So sleep was number 8. Okay. Let me go over, in case you were taking notes, I'm going to go over the how, the 8 points again. Okay. What is pump it? Let me hear you. Lymph drainage. If you said anything related to that. Lymph circulation, movement, exercise, massage. Great. Good for you. Give yourselves a star, pat on the back. And what are the 8 points again? Or the 8 ways of how to do it? One, exercise, movement. 2, lymph massage. 3, hot-cold therapy. 4, legs up the wall. 5, dry brushing. 6, I don't want to say diaphragmatic, it's hard. 6, deep, slow breathing. Deep, full, slow breathing, or diaphragmatic breathing. 7, hydration water and electrolytes. 8, sleep. Enough sleep, deep sleep. And like I said again, studies show consistent sleep at the same time is more important than the quality of sleep over one night. Consistent sleep, cumulative long term, is more has more of an influence or impact on the benefits. Sleep and the lymphatic system and the brain, clearing the brain, detoxing the brain, so you can have it sharp all the years of your life till death do us part. Okay, like I said at the end, I was going to go over the cold plunge, cold exposure. I talked about hot cold therapy in the third point. Now, why is this important? Oh, that's traumatizing. You're shivering. You're so cold. Well, honestly, I dislike it so much because it's so unpleasant. However, why do I do it? Because it builds resilience. It promotes physical toughness. Well, I don't really care about like getting skinny or whatever, like activation of brown fat that burns energy to produce heat. It regulates body temperature. It protects against insulin resistance and metabolic diseases. That is so important. That is like the heart and core and epitome of so many diseases today, chronic diseases that people don't even realize because society, schools, the doctors don't teach us that. They want to keep us on pharmaceutical drugs. Get yourselves off of that. Get yourselves healthy and well. Cure yourselves, heal yourselves, educate yourselves. Like what you're doing right now in this video. We're at 25 minutes. Okay, good. What else with regards to cold exposure or cold plunge? I just call it cold exposure because you don't have to plunge and soak yourself in a tub of ice or ice cold water or in the deep sea. That's cold. You can do it in the shower, cold shower. You want to be shivering. God, I really, really, really dislike it. It's so uncomfortable. I don't like the brain freeze, but okay. What are the benefits of the cold exposure? Recover like a pro athlete. Reduce muscle soreness, accelerate the return to peak performance. Muscle size and strength is your... If muscle size and strength is your goal, it's best to avoid ice baths immediately after a workout. Wait, or do it before the workout. Heart health. Okay. Sure, the cold exposure, it triggers a stress response. However, this is what builds the resilience. Regular cold exposure leads to greater parasympathetic dominance over time. Parasympathetic, the relaxation, that side of the nervous system. Not the fight or flight, the down, the relaxation. This means that the body becomes better at resting and recovering. Even if cold exposure initially causes a brief stress response, significant reductions in arterial stiffness, atherosclerosis markers, and inflammation. Animal studies back this up with research showing that chronic cold exposure can even provide protection against heart attacks. Okay, some metabolic benefits of the cold exposure. Improvement in insulin sensitivity. Mental clarity and mood enhancement. Focus, alertness, mood regulation. In one study, an hour of cold water immersion at 57 degrees Fahrenheit led to a remarkable 530% increase in norepinephrine and a 250% rise in dopamine. Feel-good chemicals. People like to get high, get dopamine hits, like when they eat or have sex or, something pleasurable or score or win at a game or something or a goal. Even brief cold exposure, like 3 minutes at 39 degrees Fahrenheit, air to the face, can double dopamine levels, boost mental clarity and concentration. They also have neuroprotective. Did you hear that? Protecting the nerves. Neuroprotective effects that could help safeguard neurons against damage, reducing tension, anger, and depression while boosting energy and self-esteem. Wow. I can't believe I actually saw a cold plunge kit at Walmart. I didn't even know this section existed. Lady said, "Oh, it's been there for over a year." I'm like, really? Okay. Okay. Makes you feel energized, inspired, less anxious, with MRI scans showing better connectivity between brain regions involved in mood regulation. The brain adapts, building resilience and improving neuronal plasticity. Oh, that's really good. Neuronal plasticity. You want that, especially when you age and get older. You want to keep learning new things so that all the pathways in your brain, the neural plasticity, it gets stronger and you grow more. You grow more pathways. You need that. It's just like exercising your muscles. When you get older, you need to keep maintaining and building your muscles. Well, same thing for the brain. All right. So if that wasn't enough benefits for cold plunge, I don't know what else to tell you, but try it. It helps to boost your immune system, build resilience, and all that jazz. Okay. So that was the lymphatic system. Video 2 for the series of 3 videos. The encompassing title being 3 biggest mistakes people suffering with chronic autoimmune diseases do every day and how to flip it to your advantage. So the first video was eat or not to eat. This second video is pump it. The lymphatic system. Okay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in video 3. Healing. It is all that is. Rainbow Heart Freedom Eagle signing out.